Here with head coach Rob Smith. Coach, it's a beautiful day to start spring ball here in the Redwood Bowl this morning. Can you talk to us about how the first day of spring practices went?
Oh, went good. We were out at 6:30 this morning, and we're allowed 15 practices, so this is number one. First two practices are helmets only, and it's a great time for teaching from a coaching standpoint, a great time to teach, and a great time to evaluate, but we got to remember that in spring we're basically operating without two classes. You don't have your senior class from a year ago, nor do you have the incoming freshman or new player group. So you're limited in numbers at spots, and certainly that's the case with us. But great opportunity to come out, teach, evaluate our players. No red shirts, so those that did red shirt in the fall now have an opportunity really to show what it is they can do, and feel good. The kids were excited to get out here this morning. It's a long off season, even though ours is only 5 weeks of winter conditioning, but it's been 3 full months since we played back in November here on the Redwood Bowl. So it's great to get out. This is what it's all about for these kids. They want to be out here. They want to be with their teammates working like we did this morning, and it was a good first practice.
It does seem like quite a long time since the Lumberjacks are back out here on the Redwood Bowl turf. Coach, can you talk about some of the new faces on the coaching staff, all on the defensive side so far?
We had complete turnover on the defensive side with coaches, and you're always going to have new coaches. Certainly at this level, coaches want to move up, move on type of thing, and I've always taken great pride in the fact that I've had many coaches that have been able to do so and use this as a stepping stone to other situations within their career. But it's never been a situation where I've had an entire one side of the ball turnover, and that's the case here. But we've got coaches that I'm really excited. Then I've always looked at hiring new coaches as an opportunity for energy and new ideas and new life, so to speak. And Miles, Coach Aver, comes from Colorado State as our new defensive coordinator and secondary coach. He played at Colorado State, was a team captain there, coached as a pass game coordinator at Colorado Mesa Division II program in the RMAC conference, and then the last 3 years has coached the safeties on Jim McElwain's staff there at Colorado State. Coach McElwain now being the new head coach at Florida. So he brings a great energy and has really been a positive addition thus far. At linebackers, we have Seth Damron. I initially interviewed Seth 3 years ago and was very impressed at that time, and told him I didn't have a job available at that time, but told him to keep in touch, and he did. And I even told him then, I said, I'm going to hire you at some point. And so hired him initially at the defensive line position. We moved him to linebackers. Again, he played at Bakersfield College. He's a California resident where he grew up, but played at Colorado Mesa and has coached at Colorado Mesa, coaching their defensive line there. Again, a great addition to our staff. And then the most recent addition, is Adam Archibek, Coach Arch. And you'll hear him on the practice field. I learned that already today. But again, he lives in Durango, Colorado, and played his ball at Fort Lewis College in Colorado, has been coaching in New Mexico. But all three of these coaches know each other too. Their paths have crossed at different points. And I think not only does that give them great support, relocating their families here to the North Coast, but also it's going to really help the communication and the interaction as they learn our players, learn our way of doing things, our system, and so forth. So real excited to add all three.
Coach, one practice down, 14 to go, is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Now, looking forward to the rest of the spring practice schedule, what is the real goal for your coaching staff, working with, like you said, just part of the team that'll take the field here this fall?
Well, number one, you want to really work with your returning starters and get them to take their game to another level in whatever aspect they need to do that. I look back to last year and I look at Alex Barkarian, Division I first-team All-American last year, 4th in the nation in sacks. He elevated his game from his junior year to his senior year, maybe more so than any other player I've had in 25 years. He really made himself into a really, really great football player. And not that he wasn't as a junior, but he wasn't at that level. And that's what you hope for from the players that we have here, that regardless of what they've accomplished, and we've got returning all-league players and returning starters and an offensive lineman of the year and a freshman of the year, everybody can get better. And this is an opportunity to do that. raise your game, improve, and develop that leadership. And certainly in spring, you hope that leadership develops. So you hope that happens. You also really have a chance now with young players to find out what role, what are they going to do, where are they going to establish themselves, here in 2015. And that's the fun part for me, is seeing freshmen that a year ago were walking the halls of their high schools. Now they're doing, this is the first time they've ever played football in the spring like this. They don't have it at this extent at the high school level. So a lot of things will take place. We're excited. We got 3 scrimmages planned. The first one on March 12th, Thursday evening. All of those are open to the public. And then we'll take spring break off, so we'll have 7 practices before spring break. Take the week off for spring break, then come back with a final 8 and spring game on Saturday, April 4th.
Coach, I can't wait, like all the other Lumberjack fans, for that big-time spring game. Like you said, that's, of course, open to fans on April 4th. And look forward to seeing the rest of spring ball here, Coach.
Great. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you.